Well, alrighty. Welcome to stream, everybody. Hope y'all doing well. Today, as we can see, I am back with more of the farming. Because I just can't get enough of thinking about potatoes. If we remember last time, been a little bit. I barely remember what I did last time. I know what I did, but to a T, barely remember. Um, but we started a contract, a very tedious contract, which we knew was going to be very difficult to complete. But I took it regardless, or nonetheless, because it paid out very well. Or it's going to pay out at least very well. If I remember correctly, from like a day or two ago, I think, maybe like more like 2 days, probably more like 2 days ago. Um, Lost my train of thought. If I remember correctly from like 2 days ago, there we go. I remember the payment being like 80,000 something, if I remember correctly. But now that we're in the game, we can see. But like I just said, hopped on a little bit at like for 2 days or 2 days ago, and made a decent amount of progress. We're up to 27%, and it was $82,000, $82,268. Now, if it wasn't potatoes, it probably wouldn't be that much. But because it's potatoes, it is that much, and plus it's the biggest field. So, I was very much contemplating whether or not to take this contract because, one, I don't like potatoes just because it takes forever to harvest them, and you can get 5 rows at a time, but sometimes you miss a little bit because it visually harvests, but it's still there on the map. So you gotta go back. If you do 5 rows at a time, you gotta go back if you miss any. You gotta look at the map and then do it. And so I do 4 rows at a time, which takes a little bit longer, but I make sure I get all of the potatoes harvested the first time I go through. I had to take out a $5,000 loan somewhere. Loan interest. I think it just adds on to the loan, but yeah, had to take out another $5,000 loan because my tractor, my personal tractor that I have, this one right here, was hanging on for dear life with fuel. So decided to fill it up, but of course I didn't have enough money, so I took out a loan, and you can only take out 5,000. You can't take out like 1,500 or 2,000 or 2,500. Half of 5K. So we had to take out 5 grand. Yeah. So took out 5 grand more. We're up to 200K again for loans. So fantastic. And on top of fuel, we also repaired it completely, maintenance wise. So my tractor should last me another 5 minutes. So nah, it should last me a little bit, for a good while at least, which is what we need, what we want. So that's all I can ask for. But yeah, so we're a quarter of the way done with this field. I think I've spent like 2 to 3 hours on it so far. But of course that's been over just a couple of times playing it. So like I would go through, do maybe a couple of rows up and down, get bored, and hop off. And then just to see like if I was in the mood to play it, I would hop on, do 1 or 2 rows, and be like, nah, hop off. So over the course of like 2 to 3-ish hours, um, of on and mainly off playing the game, I've gotten up to 27% of the contract, so not terrible. Um, I think most of today's stream is just gonna be us going up and down. I'm gonna try to throw some different variation slash paths in, just so we don't completely lose our minds. Of course, taking the potatoes to the port grain elevator, at least for this contract, will give us a little bit of a decent break. So that's always good. I'm just not gonna have the map up. I mean, I can look there and see like how far I am off of the side of the map, side of the field, but I really don't know how big the field truly is in perspective of like actual distance. But on the map, I can just see like, oh yeah, we're that far off. Like, if I look there, like, oh yeah, that's a little bit or a decent amount, and I look there, obviously I can kind of see the other side, so it gives me a decent, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? A decent progress bar, when not looking at the map. I think that's what I'm trying to get through. But then again, I don't know. And I mean, shit, if I just leave the camera at like this angle, I'm not gonna tell when I'm close to the end or like how much farther to the right I've gone. So like, gonna try not to look at how much we have left with the map, just because I feel like that's gonna really set us back with man, I just cannot figure out words today. I feel like it's not gonna make us make as much progress as we think we are. So like if I just do this, don't look at the map, don't bring up the mini map or whatever. Don't look at the map in the escape menu. I think we can make a good chunk of progress just not looking other places, just keep here. And every time we have to unload the actual harvester, then we're going to be able to see a little bit, but if we can just kind of be tunnel visioned for a while, just let time tick, let progress go, aka harvest the potatoes consistently, I think we'll be fine. We can get going and be done with this field in no time. I already feel like there's gonna be so much dead time while I farm this field, just because it's same repetitive thing. It's a big ass field, so we're only going 6 miles an hour, so there's just so many factors added on top that I feel like there's going to be a bunch of dead air, but at the same time, I may just lose some of my sanity and I find out there's like several different topics to talk about, you know? Let's see, am I closer to mine or it doesn't matter. We'll just use the semi. Yeah. See, like here, I can see a little bit better of how much progress we have left, how much progress we've made, so that's gonna slow down a little bit of progress, just mind-wise, but of course, the harvester only being able to hold 9,000 really doesn't help as well because we're consistently having to dump. Like we're having to dump the potatoes into a trailer pretty constantly. You know, pretty constant, which sucks because you can't make decent progress because I'm stopping, grabbing the truck or the tractor and just, bleh, you know. Okay, I do always lose track of what the fuck these 25. Okay, so it's 27 for the first one, then 25. Okay. I do want to potentially look into buying this at some point, just in case I get like this type of contract again. Maybe not for this field in particular, but like another like $40,000 or $50,000 paying job, and it's on like field like 7 or something. You know, I could get 100% profit instead of, or like 90% profit instead of having to take a little bit of a pay cut for using the equipment instead. I mean, the second trailer is nice with borrowing equipment, but by the time I pick up a $500,000 harvester for potatoes, I'm not gonna have problems for trailers. Because like I have my document pulled up, and our next step is to buy the 4 or 5 different trailers, I think. It's 5, right? Yeah. Because I was gonna do the 27 and then the 25 each, and there's, yeah. Okay, now I see how I have it on my document. I really should put money symbols in front of those instead, but because I just have it 52K dash 42K L for liters. It's like I can, you know, what's the word? What's the word? Put 2 and 2 together and it's be like, oh, 42,000 L liters. I know the other one's the money, but I should still probably put the money symbol or the dollar sign in front of the proper digit so I know what for sure, but eh. I mean, since it is the next step, I mean, it's not really the end of the world because I'm gonna erase it here the next couple of weeks after uh after I get enough money. Yeah. I mean, this is gonna pay 82, so we only need to make up 40,000 somewhere. Give or take 40,000. Alright, got a little bit left. A little bit of room left in this trailer. And then we're gonna have to kind of rely on our tractor and our trailer. Before we gotta go dump at the port grain elevator and restart, basically. Not completely restart, but have fresh space for potatoes in the trailers. That's what I'm meaning by restart. Not a factory restart, just a hard reset. I guess more reset, yeah, than restart. You understand the words? Everybody on the same page, hopefully. Yeah, I'm really not gonna notice that I'm making any sort of progress until I start cutting down that corner over there. Until that becomes a sharp point, if you know what I mean. Like, um, until that starts getting close, until that end gets closer and closer each time that we take off a row down to that end. I'm not gonna make visible progress. At least in my mind. Or at least until I get close enough to consistently see that end of the field. Let's see, how... It's a 38.5 acre field. God damn. That's just the field. Like, that's not even counting for, like, actual property. You know, like, their property could be just 40 acres and they only made it 38.5. Okay, as soon as we see the semi-trailer, we may fill up the harvester before that, but if we see the semi-trailer before we fill up the harvester, we'll dump a little bit and then continue on our way. Yeah, we're gonna fill the harvester up before we even see the semi-trailer. Oh yeah, we were nowhere near. Like, yeah, we'll make it to the semi-trailer. Not. Alright, we're gonna be able to go like 4 feet forward with the amount of potatoes that we dump into the trailer. We'll get this semi already turned around. Just to head that way, because I know that way a little bit. Know that way a little bit better to get to the port grain elevator. I don't even remember how 42% full. Okay. I was gonna say I don't remember how full my trailer is. Just because I was using the semi trailer the entire time, but so we still got a decent bit until we have to go dump both the trailers. So that's nice. 63%, yeah. Should be able to dump about 2 to 3 more times in our trailer before we have to dump, so that's nice. That's lovely. Bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. Try to make a little bit of progress this way. Like I said, try to give us a little bit of variation with this field, just because it is a big ass field. I'm gonna lose my mind before I finish this job, so. See, I don't know who in their right mind would plant potatoes on this big of a field when you can't even harvest them as quickly. You know, I would plant. What do I have on my field? Not barley, not wheat. What do I have? What do I have? Soybeans, that's right. I'd fucking plant soybeans. They're one of the better, uh, not cost effective, but fucking, they're one of the more profitable crops, you know, that you could plant. It's like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that instead when you can harvest those a lot faster because you can get the big ass harvest or headers for that. Instead of this just it's, instead of this dinky ass little machine, like, machine's big, but one, you can only harvest so many rows, and two, it only holds 95, oh, not even 9,600 potatoes, so like, shit, not the greatest. Just say that. Is most certainly not the best for any type of farming, not even for potato, not just potato farming, just not any farming in general. Let's see, we go from 63% up to, I'm assuming, like 83%. Like 82, 84, 85. Okay, so we go up about 12% then. So we'll 85. We were at 63, so it's 22%. Yeah. Not 12, 22. So we'll have a little bit, we'll have a little bit of potato left in the harvester. Then, yeah. Okay. Not the end of the world. We'll be able to empty out quite a bit of the harvester, but still not completely empty it, unfortunately. Oh well. Whatever will I do? Guess I'll just have to wait, like a normal person. Wait until the trailers are empty. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. I don't know why the camera's like angled. Is it just because it's like the field's angled a little bit? I don't know. So like I go this way and it's good, it's somewhat normal. But just the other way, it's just doesn't seem, I don't know why it doesn't seem, it's not right. Like, it's like it's, I don't like it. Just, okay, zoom in, just not great. Zoom out, not great either. I don't understand. Oh, come on, doesn't have enough horsepower for the little hill there. Let's see. I want to be here, yeah. Okay, we're at 1249, 1449 for the restaurant. It's best price for soybeans right now. And I'm just gonna check, still growing, okay. Try to keep an eye on that, especially towards the end of this job. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna empty my harvester. That way I don't have to deal with emptying it when I'm full and I gotta bring the tractor and trailer to it. Oh shit, wrong button. And just like that, both trailers are full. So yeah, down to 1,500. probably would have been at like 2,000, 2,500 if I completely filled it, but since I was at the end of a row, might as well empty it now. Just wanted to make sure Slash was checking on the map to see if I did that, this side over here. Like, I knew I did up there, doing down here now, but haven't done over here yet, so. Think I'll, yeah, probably just go all the way to the end. Um, Down here, just completely harvest the bottom and then probably come back to this end and start working up and down again. Can we make it to the end before our harvester fills up? Maybe? No. Was that like 3 potato? God. Oh man. Hopefully there's a train coming. Perfect. Hopefully I don't flip the trailer as well, that's probably a little bit bigger of a concern than the train. Train's on its way. Flip the trailer. Yeah, I think I'll take the train. Well, who knows? The train may flip the trailer as well, so. I think I'll take option C, none of the above. I think that'd probably work instead. Alright, how much of the field do we get transported with this? $34%. And we're up to 34%. Okay. Alright, game. Alright, well that's unloading. We'll go ahead and take our trailer on over. I won. Obviously not yet, but we may want to look into a truck to haul our trailers. I mean, this tractor could easily haul the trailers. And I mean, I know it can fit through all of the, like little areas for the unloading. Like maybe we look into a truck to do it. Since you're gonna see in a minute why I'm thinking of getting a truck instead of just having this tractor. Obviously the turn, that's, I'm just going the wrong way for it, but like I barely fit between these doors here to unload crops. It's like this tractor can still work and it'll be fine. It's like I do have a decent amount of room on each side, but it's just I would almost want a truck instead to make sure that I have more than plenty of room. 35, well, we were at 38% transport, so game, you're lying to me now. I mean, I'll look later. When's the last card? Last train, there it is. Yeah, let's see if we can look right now. Trucks. The exit's all the way out. Okay, so the trucks are really just meant for like the fifth wheel type trailers. So we would have to do a tractor to pull the trailers that we have, maybe. Um, does that does that truck have a ball hitch that we could put like this trailer on? I don't think so. I mean, we could give it a try. Let me just back up a little bit. Oh, disconnect you. Oh, doesn't look like it, but I mean, doesn't hurt to try, because like, yeah, nope, can't. Alright. I wonder if we could put a ball hitch on a truck instead. Or like have both, you know. I doubt it, but like, that would be super helpful. Let's hop out. Boom. So like, say we just buy this. Okay, can't do anything there, so can't do anything there. That just changes the wheel brand. Oh. So we can. I just gotta get this one. Which isn't that the one he has? It is. He just doesn't have the hitch connection. Ah. So, I mean, it is possible. Okay. We would just need 120,000 to do it. Which would probably be before or after we start looking for new land, which is after we get the trailer, pay off 100 grand worth of debt, get another tractor so we can actually pull stuff a little bit quicker, and like our cultivator and stuff. Um, and then pay off the last $100,000 worth of our debt. And then we might look into getting that truck. So like that's decently far down the road. But not out of the realm of capabilities to do it, you know, because it's only 121 grand. So it was like 121,700, right? Yeah, it was only $700 for the trailer for the hitch, so like we could easily do that. And so like new land, I'm looking at field 19 since it's right next to ours, and it's one of the cheaper ones. 210,000, so say we do that, 121, obviously cheaper than the 210,000, so I think, yeah, after we pay off our debt completely, we buy a new vehicle. Buy a truck. Um, can't upgrade the engine any bit. So what I could potentially do is lease it for a day just to see if it could pull the trailers. And like if it does pull it decently, then yeah, we'll probably get it. But if not, then we know just stick with a tractor instead. Yeah. Because I think I can't remember if I upgraded the engine in my tractor or not. Pretty sure I did, but if anything, if I can't pull like all 5 trailers, then I'll just pull like 3 or 4 of them instead. Which the pace setter, the one that I'm really just comparing to, since it's the biggest single trailer that you can get in the base game, it's at 60,000. So like, I can pull 3 trailers. Um, I should be able to at least to pull 3 trailers with my tractor. And 3 trailers is 63,000 liters, which is 3,000 more than the pace setter. So like that's still good. Fucking what's the word? Still a good advantage or plus margin for the trailers. Yeah. Plus, still, we have our current one that we can always use on top of those, so, like, we're not completely missing out on, 2 extra trailers or whatever. Because that's 45,000 liters in my trailer, I believe. And then on top of the 63,000, that's 108,000 total liters that we can get. Yeah. Which is well worth it. Let's see, this one's like 59,000. The trailer that the whoever owns this field provided. So we're just getting 4,000 more, which is that's half half the space in the harvester, so that goes a long way. 4,000 liters of space definitely goes a long way. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. I think it's just gonna take us a little bit to get everything that we want slash need. I mean, I don't need the multi-trailer that I'm trying to get, like the 4 or 5 long ass trailer with 106,000 liter capability. I don't need a new tractor. I don't need this truck with the hitch on it to pull the multi-trailer that I'm getting. I would say the one thing that we would need is the new tractor. just to help pull all of the equipment that we have, just because we have the bigger equipment now, like the cultivator and stuff. Like, I would say the next thing we need is a decent sized plow. Not gonna use it crazy much, but the one that we have just not great. Let's see, we could, yeah, look into plows. Let's see, we have this one, which is 5 meters versus 10.5. It's like over double what we have, you know, so that's a heck of an upgrade. Let's see, how much did that cost? 130,000. So like if we're gonna spend 100 and some thousand, we should probably buy the plow, buy the land, and then buy the trucks. Or buy the truck. I feel like that would be a good plan instead of buying the truck, then the field. What I could also do though is buy the truck, buy the land. Just already use what I have, like on that land, just use the already pre-made field. Um, and then buy the other stuff. Yeah. Like buy the land first, use the field there, plant some new stuff, get profit off of it as quickly as we can. Then go for the plow, renovate the field, and then buy the truck. That would probably be our best course of action. And probably the smarter way to do, uh, smarter way to do, like, our last 2 or 3 steps of our current plan. I feel like that would help ourselves money-wise. Because if we buy the field kind of as quickly as we could, then we would be making a little bit more money, technically, a little bit faster, and so we would be able to then purchase the truck or the plow a little bit quicker. I may need to add another silo to our existing one, but that's going to be easy. And it's not going to be as crazy. I'm technically not going to be splurging for it either, so. Let's see, can I buy a second silo? How does that work? I don't know exactly how that works. It's gotta be used. Silos. Grain silo, large grain silo. No, I didn't want to buy it. Yeah. Okay, I would just buy the extension. Yeah. Near your farm silos. Okay. So I don't even know. Did I buy the big one or did I buy just the regular grain silo? I bought the regular grain silo. Okay. Because I didn't want to splurge for 70,000 more. Like, what? What was I thinking? Okay, what I may do then, when I get to that point of like adding more silos and stuff, is then purchase the large silo, like the large base silo, then do uh, the large extra silo, or whatever it's called, the extension. Yeah, do the large silo extension. When I'm ready for that, switch out the regular silo for the large, uh, just the regular large grain silo. Yeah. Because I may want to move where I currently have my silo. I may want to move that at some point. Or I may want to keep it. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know yet. Only time will tell. The way I did it, I think I kind of did it smart for the silo extensions, though. So I can let that. Technically, yeah. Because I unload here, and then I load here, so I should have swapped it around then. And then just have, like, the silos back here or something. I don't know. So I don't even know how the extensions work as well, so, like, I don't know how close I have to put them as well, you know? It's like, that's gonna depend on how I place the regular silo. However close I need the extensions is going to determine where I place my regular silo. So, yeah. Well, first hour down. Made we've made decent progress. Not anything extraordinary, but we've got we've almost made it to this side, this end of this side of the field. We didn't even start harvesting the bottom, quote unquote bottom, because it's just the bottom of the map. But like this side, we didn't start harvesting this side of the field, I think, until like a half an hour into stream. So yeah, definitely not bad. Making good progress, I'd say. Could probably be a little bit more efficient with our turns, but other than that, we're going as quick as we can. we've already filled up the trailers once, even though they were a little bit full. Both of them were when we hopped on today, so. But we are closing in on filling up the semi-trailer here for the second time today. Still got a couple more pass-throughs before that fills up, but can only do it as quickly as the game will allow us to. %, almost. We're over halfway, obviously, with it being more than 50. Alright, goes up 16%. No. Yes, 65 to 80 is 15, so 16. So 80 would be to 95. But since it's 81, it's going to be 96. 16's to 97. Okay, so next full load of the harvester, it's going to put that trailer up to 97-ish%, give or take. And then, of course, it's like the couple thousand, more like 1,500, 2,000 potatoes that we can put in to the trailer after that. And then we got to start using our trailer. It's just so much fun. Hopefully there's not a car coming. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect turn, honestly. Dang it. Damn, I called that 97%. Look at me go. Damn, car, get out of the way. Can't you see I'm trying to turn and farm here? Okay, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, right here? Yes, okay. Grass was a little bit... It was tough to see, like, exactly where the fourth row was because of the grass. But we gotta figure it out. I figured it out. We're almost halfway there. Oh, man. Alright, we'll fill the rest of this trailer up. 1,000 potatoes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think if we go, let's, I don't know if I should start going up and down as soon as I get to the end there, or if I should do one more pass. I feel like I should do one more pass. Just for the hell of it. Probably will do one more uh back and forth here like we're doing right now. And then I'll switch to going the way we were. Yeah, just to make sure I can see that we've gotten all the way to that end, but might as well just clear another 2 rows on that. Whatever reason. Alright, yeah, so now when we get back down to the other corner, then we'll start going the other way, how we started. This definitely gave a good visual, uh, honestly, yeah, just a good visual on on some progress, so I'll take it. Now what I can do is, oh shit. What I can do if I get bored going that end to that end is come down to this end and just start from this corner and going up down this way. So that's if I get bored before I get close to this end. So only time will tell if we happen to do that or not, but how's my field looking? Ready to harvest. So, um, we just put potatoes in that trailer too. Damn. So we'll try to get it to the point to where our trailer's empty, go dump at the port, or at the elevator, go harvest our field real quick, dump the soybeans into our silo, recultivate and not harvest, recultivate and replant our field real quick, and then come back and work on this field. So we're still going to be a little bit until we get to our field, but at least we have a plan. I mean, it won't take us long. I think after this one, we should only have to put like 2 or 3 more loads into the trailer, and then we can go dump real quick. I don't remember how much we have in our trailer currently for potatoes. %. So it goes. It's what, 16%, right? Or is it 21? I can't remember. It's 16 and go from 42 to 52 plus 6, 58. But if it's 21, then it will be 4 or 5% more. And it is 22%. Okay. Okay, 63 to 84. And 84 full. So 1.5, 1 3/4 more. And then we can go work on our field real quick. How is 1403 the central grain elevator? Okay. Not gonna sell completely yet. What's that? 25 for selling. Not like I'm gonna be able to finish this field before I get that contract, so. Just was interested in what was worth 20,000. Cotton. Interesting. Field 5? Where's... Oh yeah, Field 5's up there. I am getting a little tired. I had a lot more energy when I started stream, and I am just starting to fade faster and faster. I am gonna try to go for as long as I can, but gets to the point where I'm just too tired. I'm not gonna worry. I'm just... I can always play/stream this later. I think after I get my trailer filled and I dump both trailers, I think I might end stream there. I should probably start streaming a little bit earlier just because once it hits like 8, 9 o'clock for me recently, I'm just passing out. It's like I should probably start at like 4 or something. But like now I know, um, what was it, Monday? I don't remember what time I started stream then. I know it was decently late. I can't remember how late I streamed then. And then Tuesday, it just turned like 7:38, and I just went to go lie down, and I just fell asleep. So like tomorrow, I'll probably start a little bit earlier. Um, just so I can make sure I get in what I want to get in for the stream. Like for today's stream, I would want to get the rest of this field harvested, but I don't think I'm gonna stay awake to do that, unfortunately. Especially with me taking the detour of harvesting and working on my field, for half an hour before returning back to this field. So like I'm I'm probably done here in like 20 minutes tops. If that. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna take 20 minutes. It might. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll fill up our trailer here. I mean, what I could do is just continue on our farm, or on this farm. Because it just turned ready to harvest. Like, it's not like it's orange or, uh, like the second stage of ready to harvest. No, that shit just turned yellow and it just turned ready to be harvested. It's like I've got plenty of time as well, so I may go a little bit longer then and just mess with this field, like just go for like another half an hour, 45 minutes just on this farm. Don't mess with mine. Yeah, because it's gonna take me 20 minutes to mess with mine, harvest it, cultivate it, replant it, and then, that's 15, 20 minutes I could be spending on this field tonight while I'm tired. So that would be the play instead. Stay up a little bit longer, try to get quite a few more rows done here before I just completely crash. Um, and don't even worry about my field until later. Like if I hop on tomorrow at some point, I may go just real quick harvest my field, get that done and out of the way. And that way, if I for some reason stream this again this week, which I may, just because of this damn potato field, I don't have to worry about my field during next stream. Yo, Outlaw, how's it hanging, man? Going pretty good. Just sitting here playing FS25. Nice, nice, nice. Valid and solid, valid and solid. I'm somewhat doing like half that. You know, I'm playing 19, but I'm not listening to any music, so, you know, yeah, I'm basically doing the same thing, right? Damn, bro, what happened? Just go off like a jump wrong or something? "43% transported. We're almost halfway there." This next trailer should be able to get us to over 50%, then maybe. Maybe, hopefully. Damn, not the death wobble, bro. Shit. Just a bit just the front brake. Ah, full to slam my head. I'm gonna back the flip. Oh, damn. Did you get ruled like a concussion and like a just like an injured shoulder, like dislocated, or I'm sure you got ruled with a concussion if you landed up, if you slammed your head and then the bike landed on top of you. That just yikes. I heard it bad enough for my muscles spazzing out. Damn. Well, I hope you get a speedy recovery. I hope everything gets healthy and fun money. Yeah, sounds like it. The fuck did I hit? There's like a little electrical box back there. By the by your messages, it seems like you're doing okay. Just resting right now, which is good. Like I said, I hope you get a nice, speedy, and full, healthy recovery. It took about 10 days to heal. That's not bad. That was because I was just lying there in bed. Yeah, hindsight, you're like, yeah, that kind of funny, laugh it off. I'm sure in like the moment you're like, just fucking wide-eyed, like, um, is he okay? What's happening? You know, like, seriously, the sign's impenetrable. That's crazy. Both were. Yeah, why didn't you record the fail, man? You gotta get the low and highlights. Gotta get the low lights, and then when you go back, you gotta get the complete highlight of redoing it. Alright. So we're at 50% of the way transported. Still under 50% done with the contract. Not sure how that makes sense, but you would think we would be at like 51% of the way done with us having some in the harvester and then being 50% done with transportation. So, like, I don't understand. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay awake for like another 10 minutes. So I'm gonna end stream here. Um, I mean, we made decent progress. I mean, we're up to 46% now. Made decent progress today. I mean, I think it was like here where it was, and obviously this was entirely potatoes still, so like we got that all harvested. And so like that's a decent amount left still, but I also did get a decent amount taken over to the port, so like I said, well, I'll mess with my own field later, probably once it gets to like this middle orange or dark orange when it gets to that point. Who knows? By the time it gets to dark orange, I may have this all harvested. Maybe not, but who knows? So, go ahead and save it, pause it. Let me get it. Transition. There we go. Then quick game. But, alright. I would have loved to stream a little bit longer. Probably a lot longer, or until I finish that field. But I just couldn't do it. Couldn't stay. I cannot stay awake right now. So I will what's the word I'm looking for? See you tomorrow, obviously, but not sure when I'll stream this next. So yeah, who knows? But like Screen says, thank you all so much for watching. Anybody in the future, thank you for that. Go ahead and follow the socials down below if you could. Or down below, or either on my channel page. Yeah. And as always, till next time. Deuces.